And how are we doing today? I am doing good. We are at week 17. We are 7-8. The Cowgirls are 11-4. They have won the division, and they have everything sewn up. But here's the interesting part. As we stand right now today, we are in the playoffs. So if it ended today, we're playoff bound. Now here's the deal, though. Our last two games, we're playing Washington and we're playing Dallas. Now here's the thing. We've already lost to Washington the last game. So if we lose to Washington this week, we're out. It's done. I mean, we can't it's like they'll have a better record than us, and we just have no shot at being able to make the playoffs because we'll lose a game. I mean, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and those guys are already in. It's like the Bears right now, they'd be one of the wild cards, or are they winning the division? Well, there's 5 teams that's already clinched. Who from... I see 2 teams from the South. Okay, so basically, the Niners and Rams are going for the West. The Panthers and Buccaneers are going for the South. And the Cowboys won the East. So the North is currently being led by the Bears, apparently. So they're a division title. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're a division. So they would already clinch. So there's only one available spot left. I mean, it's like we have to win both the games in order to make it. I mean, it's that simple. Because the Saints if you notice the Saints and the Packers, they're not in this list, are they? Yeah, the Saints, you notice the Saints and the Packers are not there. And the Bears are there. So we have to win. We have to win. Question is, can we win? And the answer is yes, we could. And we're going to try. It's been just a crazy year. I'm trying to. What really sucks is we're waiting for this stupid patch to come through from EA. We're waiting for this patch so we can play the real franchise mode with this new scheme and stuff with going around and scouting and stuff. I mean, it's a huge deal. It's like it's not a minor like thing and everything that they're looking at. It's a big deal. So it really annoys me that I don't want to go forward too much and stuff and everything because it's really frustrating because I want to play Madden 22. I love Madden 22. This is a great game. I don't care what stupid homers are saying about this game. They have no clue when it comes to real football. It absolutely drives me nuts that I see people. It's like, I watch people on YouTube all the time because it's like these clowns are just completely idiots. Let's see here, Bengal. Bengal is the #1 boob in the world. He's basically right now he's like almost over in his season. And he's blaming everything on Madden. It has nothing to do with Madden. He doesn't know how to pass. He doesn't know how to run the ball. It's just like, I really don't get it. And he blames things and stuff on the CPU saying, oh, that's not realistic. It happens. I watch football every week. I mean, I'm like 50 years old. I understand how blocking works. It's like blockers miss. They have the ratings that they don't, like, they miss these things every once in a while. It doesn't happen all the time, and it happens on both sides of the ball. So it's like he gets these great interceptions, and he's like, oh, I'm the greatest person in the world. Well, no, you're not the greatest person in the world. You're an idiot. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I really don't get people. Let's see. Are we gonna? Yeah, we're defending short pass. Ooh, player health is a big deal. Yeah, we're gonna do half pads again. It's good because this week and everything they're not as tired. That's a good thing. It's like recently they've been like, why would I go run outside? I never do run outside. Generally, I like to do run inside. I like run inside, or I do, yeah. There we go. Yeah, we're going to have to do half pads again. See, our offensive fatigue is at 94%. So. Okay, so advance. And we're going to give, Barnett, Devontae Smith, and Sanders. That's fine. And start training. And hopefully we don't get too much injuries here. No injuries on offense. And on defense, we're looking good. Good. Ooh, we get to upgrade some players. That's a good thing. Let's make Rager a little bit more of a deep threat. He has the speed to handle that. It's like he has a 93 speed, so it's like it would be nice to get him a little bit more of a deep threat. And Devontae Smith, I want him to be able to be a little bit more physical. Yeah, catching traffic is +4 now. It's like +4, which is huge for him. And you can see his catching traffic is like an 84 now. It was like only an 80 before. We really just need to make sure he catches the ball when it's thrown to him. So overall, he's a beast. If he had a little bit more speed, he'd be dangerous. So we'll see what we can do here. And let's play our game here. Lane Johnson is available to play. We're going to do something else and stuff that we haven't done all season long, because I really do want to play these playoff games. And it's like people were asking me, it's like, why am I starting the backups and stuff? I'm starting the backups because I wanted to make everything feel different. And I wanted to see how we would do with those guys and stuff, just in case of an injury and such. It's kind of pathetic and stuff, but that's how I wanted to do it. Well, we're in the final 2 weeks of the season, and I say it's time to get Hurts in the game. Let's put him in the game now. Let's see how we do with our number one starter and see what difference he can make in us playing for our playoff lives. I think it's only fair, and I feel in everything we should be able to pull off these games if we have our starting quarterback in the game. So let's get to playing and let's see what we do. So, like I said, I'm not trying to bash like
Bengal. For
Bengal.
the second time in 3 weeks, Philly and Washington are set for this Week 17 rematch. The Eagles go for their 4th sweep with the football team in the last 5 years. It's Week 17, and it's next.
I just don't like. I don't like people complaining.
Of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from FedEx Field. He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Well, here come the Eagles on offense, and it's Jalen Hurts at the controls in his 2nd season now out of Oklahoma.
A lot of expectations for Jalen Hurts this year.
He played some this year?
The franchise, including the man who owns the franchise, had a 4-game audition at the tail end
Must have been.
and did enough that the
Must have
Eagles
been in the beginning of the year.
They're expecting Jalen Hurts to be their quarterback of the present and the future.
Sanders on 1st down with a little bit of space as he works his way forward, a gain of 4. The numbers for Sanders last week, there isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Yeah, we got a perfect play here.
Hurts. And this is Hurts with it, right side. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Philadelphia picking up the 1st on a gain of 15. So the completion there, and CD, as we know, trying to defend against an NFL quarterback, that's one thing. Trying to defend against a mobile NFL quarterback, that's quite another. What's the plan here defensively?
Well, the pass rush has to still try and get to him, and especially the guys on the edge, but they're going to go maybe a count slower, right? They want to make sure they don't get too far upfield where he steps up and takes off through a lane. The same is true for those interior guys as well. So you got to change it up with him. Try and keep him hemmed into the pocket, and occasionally you throw a spy on it. A fast linebacker or one of your extra defensive backs who can dance with him a little bit if he takes off and runs.
Now this throw caught left side, and he will finally be taken out of bounds. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And sometimes you see big plays develop on a route like this, a slant route, and the object, very simple. Get the ball to your receiver in stride. This one was right on the money. He didn't miss a beat, and then it's off to the races, and there he goes.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
We're liking it.
Get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Sanders able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the one.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has
got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score, almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Washington offense about ready to go to work. And at quarterback in his 17th season now in the NFL, piloting his 9th different franchise, it's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
A run here for J.D. McKissick.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 16 carries, 51 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Fitzpatrick. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
First down, Fitzpatrick. And his throw is incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Fitzpatrick. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
We got it pretty good here. We got good coverage.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. That swung out wide to Sanders. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Sanders. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Throwing is Hurts. He'll find the Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Devontae Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Play action now. Fitzpatrick. And that's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick to throw it. And that'll be incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Fitzpatrick. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15, and it was Washington winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here at FedEx Field.
Fitzpatrick again. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Derek Barnett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the first down marker.
Now this defense for the Eagles, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
Oh, the return is Scott.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked, and there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Second and 8. Now Sanders. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. 2 yards on the first down carry and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Here's Hurts to throw. Flushed out right. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not.
Oh, now
they'll throw on first down with Hurts. Steps away to his left. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. 2nd and 5. It's a second down run with Sanders. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll try to run with Sanders. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Sanders again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-0. That time a 9-play drive, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Eric Wilson, the leading tackler from Minnesota last year, in on the stop.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
McKissick again on 2nd down. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had. The protection's been good.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all because that's keeping him clean in the pocket, allowing him to step into throws and make those deep passes come true. I mean, it's just been beautiful for him to do. But guess what? In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe. I have a feeling he may even buy dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run with Sanders. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. 1st down. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. And they're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and significant chunk of yardage.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Second down, back to Sanders. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Hurts. And that's complete to Sanders. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. This offense, #1 in the NFL in picking up 1st downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up 1st downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield.
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
After review of play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane.
If I were Washington, I would have called timeout to save some of this clock. So that's why I'm running it down.
On second down now, it's Sanders, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, touchdown number 22 on the season, and the Eagles able to push further out in front. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0 Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them. So I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it is 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. 50. Mike 50.
Here's Fitzpatrick. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Third and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What can he and the gang come up with? On the handoff, this is Barber. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's second down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll throw now on the final play. Escaping the pressure right. He finds an opening past the 40. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin in the Windy City, where the New York Giants have made the trip to take on Chicago. And they have gone to the halftime break with the Bears out in front. The rookie, Justin Fields, with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Christian McCaffrey, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Amari Cooper, a touchdown reception. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And they've had their way running the football, well over 100 yards already as a team, with 2 more quarters still to come. Meanwhile, for Washington, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Elliott now to kick this one away.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
McKissick again on second down. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Throwing Fitzpatrick. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Wilson. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Hurts. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
He'll look to throw. It's caught by Sanders. The ball comes out. And that is Allen. Still down following the play. Appears to be shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Ask any pass rusher, and they'll tell you any quarterback who lines up every time and goes straight back in the pocket, that's who they want. But when they have to deal with a Jalen Hurts who may come at them from any angle and can get outside of the pocket and run, that's a nightmare for anybody who has to rush the quarterback. And I love Jalen Hurts' athletic ability. Almost a 4.6 runner. This guy can get outside the pocket and make plays with his legs as well as his arm.
Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal. Back to throw here. That's swung out wide to Sanders. Touchdown! Miles Sanders with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes this 35-0 now. That time a 6-play drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense set to take over again. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
From the 39, Fitzpatrick, middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw is Fitzpatrick.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
On 1st down, Sanders. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
Sanders has the 1st down and much more. And down to the 27-yard line.
102 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 22, Hurts. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10.
Jamin Davis, the rookie 1st-round pick, in on the tackle.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Eagles have taken a 6-touchdown lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. What'd you say, 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it is 42-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. We focus our attention now on the Eagles' defense. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick 6, because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone. But their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Yeah, set them up pretty, got the touchdown. Now they're back out there defensively.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Crunch time, defense.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Third quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Fitzpatrick. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 22.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
49 to Mike, 49 to Mike. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll throw again, Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Eric Wilson. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay? So when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Watch that end. Watch that end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. We got 4. We got 4.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Fitzpatrick. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
You definitely would have liked to hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. Open man here, Sims complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side.
This D knows what hit him. Ready, it's first and to the air again. And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Second down and goal. Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is third and goal. Now Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
119 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he's got some space here. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season.
And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And how about the situation that we're in right now, because this is the fourth quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A-plus effort right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to show us the total distance he covered there, better than 70 yards.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just one. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Here's Hurts to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, wide open, complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. Jalen Hurts, not a terribly big fella at 6'1", but his arms got plenty of life to it, and that was a thing of beauty there.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football, and this is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 190 yards rushing for now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And they'll run again.
And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Miles Sanders, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Eagles continue to roll. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Here's Fitzpatrick. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Steven Nelson. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Hurts. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Deron Payne busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. That one looks like he'll throw here. Zach Ertz has it complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big pickup there for the Eagles' 1st down, 18 yards. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
They're throwing it on first down, but no one was open, so he gets flushed out of the pocket, runs towards the sidelines, gets out of bounds with a good gain and a first down.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Once again with Sanders, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone, and you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out, and I think their philosophy is we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they... Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Pass complete. This is Sims. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 13 yards there at a Washington first. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Philadelphia, it will wind up a .500 season as the win means they'll finish right at 8-8.
And you hate that there's bugs in the game that basically say this was the last game of the season, but it was added really late that they were changing it to a 17-week season, so you got to give a little forgiveness for it, but at the same time, it shouldn't be there. But Hurts put him in the game today, and he comes up with a QBR of 158.3. I think 158.6 is perfect. So he had a really good day. Fitzpatrick, not so much. He had a 38.4 rating. And we were able to run the ball. Sanders had 209 yards rushing. Hurts had 111 yards rushing, which is just incredible. Receiving wise for us, Miles Sanders led for us. He had 70 yards. Ertz had 40. Goddard had 28. Smith had 111. Rager had 75. I mean, it's like we had like so many guys that had big days today. It was great to see. It was like a lot of fun to play and a lot of interesting things here. And it was just a lot of fun. Who scored that last one? It was Barnett that scored the touchdown. Okay. Well, it was very good. And basically, we are trying to make that playoff push, and this is the kind of game that should help fuel that a little bit. So until next time, this is David B69. I'm out. Have a great day, everybody.